I am with Spramani. My name is Matt Massaro, and we're just going to do some interview questions with her about Eco Kids Art and some of her products. So let's get started. How long ago did you invent this product?
I designed color blocks about 5 years ago. I actually started my career on the 101 at Seaside Bazaar. I was actually selling art supplies, and you could walk up to my booth and you could paint a rock. I didn't know what to do with myself on the weekend, so me and my kids came up with some cool ways to start a business. Um, During that time, I had a lot of people walking up and donating products, and one of the things they were donating was crayons over and over. I didn't have the heart to throw them out in the trash, so I did some research and I found out that it actually takes 5 to 10 to 15 years for a single crayon to biodegrade. Pounds and pounds of crayons get thrown in landfills. So I went back and I told my kids, let's recycle crayons and figure out something out. But what I didn't know was I was actually going to make a cool crayon called Color Blocks. We tried all kinds of different molds, and the blocks seemed to be the coolest one, which you could do white areas. Then kids started coming over and playing with them like blocks, and before you know it, Color Blocks was born.
Perfect. I actually don't even know what crayons are made of.
They're made out of paraffin wax, which is almost like the candles that you have in your house. If you think about a candle burning in your house, usually they're tinted with pigments, and so that's pretty much, crayons now come in beeswax, paraffin wax, soy wax, and even palm oil. Majority of our crayons are now soy and paraffin.
Okay, and those are same time frame for the biodegradable?
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like 5, 10
Well,
years, you were saying?
yeah, what's happening with the market is a lot of people are greenwashing their products and saying, okay, buy an eco crayon, which is soy. But I've done some research and found out that we're using, yes, renewable resources like soy, but we're doing a lot of crop damage throughout the nation and throughout the country. So if we had to go back and forth, what's biodegradable and what's safer, we could be here all day long.
Okay, well, yeah, so if I wanted to, for Halloween, put these out for candy for kids, I mean, what's going to happen? Are they going to get
Well,
sick?
nope, they're not going to get sick. I do want to let you know that one of my backgrounds and the things that I specialize is educating parents about non-toxic products. Not up until 1985, I believe it was, the EPA made companies actually certified that their products were not non-toxic. So they have a seal now, which is called through the EPA, you can actually, and any product that you buy for kids, you can actually look to see if there's a conforms to. This one right here, we're probably not going to be able to see it, but if you buy a product for your kid and you want to know if it's safe and you want to know that they can't ingest anything that's going to be toxic, it's called the ASTD, and has a conform number, and we can put that at the end of this video and link that so you can see where that's at. But almost every product now in the US has to have the seal. If your product does not have the seal, then of course it's toxic. So if a kid gets a hold of this crayon and eats it, they're going to be fine. They're not going to feel good, but they're not going to get sick. There are products though that are made for adults, and those can get your kids sick. So make sure that when you're buying crayons, they're intended for kids and not special artists, adult grade.
What's the age group? I mean, any age
Age group for
kids to use your products?
I recommend that children between ages 2 and 12 can enjoy these. These crayons were designed for children, but I have a lot of artists that actually use these for white areas and things like that. Please be aware that kids can choke on anything, so even a 2-year-old, you should always watch. It's known that they can choke on a ball, so any product's not really safe, so you gotta keep an eye on that.
Okay. Well, let's move to the paints. Okay, so what paint are we looking at right now?
You are looking at Nature of Art for Kids non-toxic acrylic base paint. It was specifically designed for young children. Up until a couple years ago, I couldn't find any paint that I could teach young children. I teach classes and I teach children how to paint and draw, but when I went into the stores, all I could find was adult grade paints. So I had a really hard time getting help from manufacturers and stores and getting behind the questions of what's toxic and what's safe for kids, and I got really frustrated, so I started my own paint line. And this is a paint that we have had for 5 years. It has been reformulated this year. It is now the first ever VOC free, which means there are no violent organic compounds in this paint. It is a water-based soluble paint.
That's VO is violent
Organic compounds.
Okay.
So if you think about painting a house, and if you paint a house, there are going to be emissions that are released. So what this means is that it has none of that. So you can actually paint a room and there will be no violent organic compounds released.
And you can paint your house.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And so what happens if kids eat this, or animals or dogs? Like,
well,
is this a good way to paint your yard for Easter?
Well, this is non-toxic. It has been tested by a toxicologist, and it has been ensured that there is no toxic chemicals in this paint. It is pigments, and it is your regular resins that are gradable for young children. Anything should not be ingested, of course. So, but if it gets in the hands of a kid,
saying,
yeah,
I mean, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
right
someone
now.
might get a tummy ache, just like if you would if you overate anything or you ate something that just wasn't meant for you. But you're not going to be rushing to the hospital because there's no toxic products in it.
So I can just eat a little bit?
You could eat a little bit.
All right, we'll see what this looks like in 30 minutes.
What's it taste like? You'd be the first to tell me what it tastes like. The kids always eat it, believe it or not.
It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
Believe it or not, in my classes, I always have a spoonful kid that will just right in front of me take it and scoop it in your mouth. But this is the specific reason why we produce this. I work with children every single day, and one of my main concerns as a mom of two is paint safe for kids? And I couldn't get the answers. This is manufactured here in the U.S. It is my product. I make it. It's mom approved. It has a series seal on there. It is that what you just did happens every day, and there is nobody educating parents, and that's what's awesome about this is I know what's in it. I approved it. I know kids in my art classes will actually right in front of me spoon it right in their mouth, and that's a serious thing. So you have
That's got to be common.
Yeah. Oh, it's common every single class. I have kids just right in front of the moms. Ah! So yes. You want a napkin?
Is it blue?
It's a nice blue.
Nice. So there we go. I'll use these for our videos.
Okay.
We'll just paint each other up. Could be also another use, body paint.
Yes, you can use it on your body too.
So those artists that do all that body paint too.
Actually, what's really cool about this, this canvas was painted right here with this paint. This paint goes on a canvas, it goes on rocks, it goes on paper, it goes on wood, it even waters down to watercolor. It's multifunctional, glass, styrofoam, you name it. This goes on everything. It's almost like an all-purpose paint. It's just a safe all-purpose paint, specifically for kids.
Awesome. Well, what else can you tell us about where to order these? Or?
Yeah, you can get these online right now at Nature of Art for Kids. The website is ecokidsart.com, and it comes in 3 different sizes. It comes in a 4-ounce, it comes in an 8-ounce size, we have a 16-ounce, and we also have a 32-ounce, and we have a gallon, but we don't have that out today. But it comes in all 4 of these sizes, and how you order these are in its 3 primary system. So you'll order them just like this. Yellow, blue, red, and then we also sell black and white as well.
I was gonna ask
And
black.
all our paints are specifically designed like this because I, as an art teacher, we want to teach children how to mix their colors, and when they get to be teens and they get to my art classes, if they have years of working like this, they have an idea of how color emerges into secondaries and tertiaries, and they're ready to actually paint.
Well, how long? I don't really know how long any of these would last, or how much paint you would need to paint a project, or.
If you're looking to paint, if you're looking to have art supplies on hand at home, I highly recommend the 16 ounces. They go a long ways. The cool thing is, like I said, this waters down the watercolor. You can get a lot, but my shelf life on these are probably like 3 years. I wouldn't, any kind of art supplies, I think I would still replace after 3 years, anything on the shelf. And it's room temperature. That's all I can think of right now.
So if I wanted to add this to my daily diet, how much should I get?
Your daily diet? Well, let's see. I would sell you the 32 ounce.
The 32 ounce?
Just like
a
a classroom size every day if you want to take a spoonful.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So earlier I ate some paint, the acrylic paint. I'm actually going to make Spermani eat a crayon.
Oh.
She said it would not harm children. And then she was also mentioning to me that these crayons they're very hard. They're almost even hard to break.
Let's see if you can break one. Try to see if you can break one. See how many times it. Try hard.
I'm like.
Destroy it. Let's see if you can destroy.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. All right, so now you're gonna try to take a bite out of it.
Oh, I'm gonna try to take a
bite
bite out of the brook.
kids try to bite these things, and sometimes they just give up because they're so hard.
Okay,
So I
well,
want to see if she can eat this or bite through it or what.
okay, if I'm gonna eat one, I'm gonna go for Violet Blossom, my real pretty Violet Blossom.
Yeah, we
if
gotta get a bite, at least a piece.
Okay, hopefully I won't break any teeth. Okay, ready? I've never done this before. No one's ever asked me to eat one of my crayons.
Oh,
So.
that's what I'm here for.
Okay. Eat it, swallow it.
Oh, you gotta eat the whole thing.
The whole
thing.
I'm not gonna eat the whole
We gotta go through a whole box here.
No.
Gotta get every color.
Don't get the idea that we want your kids to eat these. We don't, but I want you to know that I stand behind my products, so I'll eat it.
Should have used this as a chaser.
I don't know what
paint.
I don't know what the fascination with the kids that come to my booth and eat the crayon, but it tastes like wax.
Just wax?
Tastes like wax. These are just broken old crayons. I'm trying to digest this.
And it's recycled already, so it's already other crayons.
Tastes just like paraffin wax. There, I did it. Gone.
Gone?
Mm-hmm.
You can follow us on Twitter at Turn2mobile. You can follow Spramani and EcoKidsArt on Twitter at EcoKidsArt. Use the hashtag GreenArt for anything green art related and get in touch with Spramani as well.